Hey you guys, Yummy here. So today is going to be week 3 for Camp Nanowrimo, and I'm really excited just because I've been on a flow, so I think I can actually achieve all the goals that I want and get a little bit more. So let's get into this vlog. I've had a weekly goal of 6,000 words. Same thing I want to do in this week. I want to get to 6,000 words. Today is April 14th. There's not going to be an update for April 13th just because if you don't know anything about me, I'm very clumsy. If I was the Smurfs, I would be, clumsy from the Smurfs because I'm always on the floor. For some odd reason, something wants me on the floor, and yesterday I fell. Marvelous. Beautiful. Especially for a person who has bad back problems. I was really scared just because, I try to avoid falling or anything that might incur in me falling, but yet again I cannot predict the future, so things happen and your girl fell. My arm hurts a little bit, but it's just roughly the muscles. I did call my doctor to see what was it that I could do, but she told me just to take the pills that I have and plenty of ice on my head because I have a really big bump on my head. It's going down a lot. Yesterday it went down a lot. I was able to sleep pretty good, so I would say that's very okay in my situation. But I was really disappointed in myself just because I try, again, like I said, I try not to fall, but some things are just out of control and you can't predict anything. But the reason I fell was because the floor was wet. I didn't have any sandals on and I just I did manage to get some words in late last night. I managed to get 560 words just because I wanted to write a little bit, but I couldn't that much because of my hand, but I did manage to get some writing. I did manage to finish or at least add a lot to chapter 21. I still have to work on chapter 21. It's still a work in progress. I just let go of everything that I wanted to say and I have to go back and fix because I need to describe necromancia, which is a realm where, if you didn't guess it, there's a necromancer in that world, and he's a very dangerous and deadly necromancer, and he has 3 devjas, and the devjas are the weaknesses to guardians. They still don't know that these devjas are in this realm. They'll basically eventually figure it out, but I'm trying to give little bits of details and hints as to there's somebody amongst their midst who really has ill intentions. So that's what I need to perfect. I need to flesh out a lot of things, and the reason I decided to stop writing yesterday also was because I was looking up for things to describe this dead creepy world, and I was creeping myself out looking for images, and I was just like, no, I'm not gonna look for Wendigos or anything like that, to actually try to describe the temple that they can see from the necromancer, the can I say the castle that the necromancer lives in. So I was like, I'm not gonna deal with that right now, but I need to perfect chapter 21, and I just thought about something to include in between chapter 21 and 22 because I had the same POV, chapter 21 Shalimar and then chapter 22 Shalimar, but I decided to include Damien as chapter 22, some things that I want him to say, and also a revelation that I had placed somewhere that I want someone to speak about that revelation. I want Nadim to be the one who speaks that hint they're going to get. And then chapter 22, this is basically where shit is going to go down, and it's an action scene, so that is going to take me a little bit just because if there's fighting and there's maneuvers, that's going to take me a little bit more time to actually build up. So yeah, that's what I plan to do today. I plan to have a very productive day just because I want to start writing early. A little quick of an update. I do know that you can hear the fan, but it's really hot, so I apologize. I'm gonna make this as quick as I can. I just finished chapter 21, which I'm really content the way that it came out. I only have to fix the ending because I need to fix a description of somebody. I know the way that person speaks, I just don't physically know how is it that I want them to look as of right now, so that's still eluding me, but I do plan on going back into it tomorrow because I'm going to think about it later on. But I started chapter 22 and I added, like I mentioned, I added chapter 22 to be Damien's chapter, and I'm really enjoying the way I'm starting it out because he does have a lot of questions, especially in the new adventure that they have been thrusted into. So I'm just gonna continue. I also like the way I finished chapter 21, so I can leave it on that little bit of a cliffhanger, and then in chapter 22 commence the action, the full-on action, which I know is gonna take me a couple of days because the previous chapter, which I think was chapter 4. Yes, chapter 4. That took me at least 3 or 4 days to actually come up with everything. And it was like every single little day I had something more to include. And also the fight scene was the one that took a lot out of me. So let me get into writing, and then I'll update you later with my exact word count, because I think I've already surpassed the 1,000 words for today. Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna try and make this quick because my battery is flashing. I forgot to charge it yesterday. But today is April the 16th. It's 12:15 right now. I just had lunch. I had a quesadilla with hash brown, which is something that I wanted. So I was like, yes, I am happy with what I did. But there's not gonna be an update for yesterday, just because yesterday I had to venture into the real world, and I had to go grocery shopping and also go to the pharmacy, because I needed to go to 3 different pharmacies. I ended up going to 4. Marvelous. But I did enjoy the experience. As odd as that sounds, I enjoyed my experience going out. Why? Because one, the post office was so quick. Like, it wasn't like last time I did, like, I kid you not, a 45 minute line. It was horrible. So I went to the grocery, and one of the pharmacies that I went to was really, it was a great experience, I have to admit, because like they were checking your temperature, they were putting hand sanitizer on your gloves. Like, it was a very clean, meticulous place that I really enjoyed going into, because like they were mopping constantly. Like, you could smell the clean within that pharmacy, and also the supermarket, which is something that I'm really grateful for, because you notice that, you know, they're, you know, raising the bar of protecting people, and that's something that I have to admit I really enjoy, and I'm very grateful for. So after doing that and going out into the real world, I need to disinfect myself from top to bottom. So that takes a little bit, because I wash my hair, I wash myself, then I wash myself again. It's just a process, and it's a long process. So I roughly also didn't have like the motivation to write. Like, I turned on the computer, I was staring at the screen for like 15 minutes, and then I decided to just shut it off, because I was like, nothing is coming, nothing is gonna come, so I'm just gonna call it quits, and I'm not gonna write anything. So my word count for yesterday was 0. That's exactly what I wrote in NaNoWriMo. I was like, I'm gonna update with 0 words, because that's what I have. And it was funny because I was like, nothing happened. I was like, wait, let me check if I actually did, you know, accept the 0 word count, and it did. So that was my word count for yesterday. Today what I'm doing is that I am fleshing out chapter 21. I have an issue, and it's the following. It's one that I've discussed previously, but I noticed that I forget to flesh out chapters and include descriptions and how these characters are feeling, and I need to learn to include internal monologue, because like, I'm the kind of person that I say that, oh no, you need to get to the point. No, you don't. When you're telling a story, you don't necessarily need to get to the point. You need to flesh things out. You need to describe certain things. So that's what I'm doing right now, and I have that desire to write. So that's why I'm writing. I have a lot of things that I want to get out of my head. And also, like, I noticed that I was including certain animals, and I wanted to describe a little bit more, but I was a little bit stuck, so I left it there. But I'm enjoying what I'm doing right now. Like, I just need to learn to do that. I need to learn to flesh things out, and like to give a little bit more of information. So my word count as of right now is 36,473 words, so that's perfect. Also, does anybody notice anything with Netflix? Netflix is boring, and that for me is saying a lot, because I was really immersed in Netflix, and right now I can't find anything that I want to watch. This month is going to be the last month that I actually pay for Netflix, because I haven't seen Netflix at all, and it's the 16th. I'm not going to be paying for something that I don't watch. So that I would rather pay for Scrib and to hear like 3 or 4 audios, because I need to get back into reading, just because I've been writing so much that I've lost touch with actually reading, and that's something that it's a little bit sad, because I want to get back into it. You know what's funny? Now that I'm watching, you know, these how to write videos and what not to include in these videos, or what not to include in your writing, is kind of contradictory, because like, it's funny, like now I catch on to these things, especially the book that I'm currently reading. I've been reading it for a month, but you know, we're not gonna get into that. Heart of Flames. I've watched videos that say words that you should eliminate from your novel, and in this book, the amount of the use of the word that is tremendous. There are sometimes instances where I see it in a paragraph written 4 to 5 times, and I'm like, aren't you supposed to eliminate these words? Then also the word just. I noticed it like 4 or 5 times. I was like, aren't you supposed to eliminate these words? Like, what's wrong? You know, what's wrong? So yeah, it's just, it's baffling, right? What some things are mentioned for you not to include, and yet well-written novels and novels that do well have these words included within them. And it's something that I can't stop. I can't turn off that part of my brain now once it's open. Like, I'm looking for these little details. I'm like, stop doing that. But I can't stop doing it. And like, I like this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do love Heart of Flames. But so far there's just so much that I don't know. I don't know how I feel, because we're 356 pages in and already a couple kissed, but yet another couple that I've been dying since the first book to kiss. Every single instance that something between them is going to spark or ignite, something goes wrong and these characters are separated. One thing is for there to be a slow burn. Another thing is to intentionally separate the fact that these two characters, you don't want them to kiss. And I'm here like, and I wrote that on my stories and somebody told me that it just gets worse, and I'm here like, well, this is wonderful. I've been rooting for them to kiss since the first book, and this one, I'm just disappointed in that, honestly. But it's funny, you know, how you see these things in books now that you're writing, and before you just skimmed over them or you didn't even notice, because honestly I didn't notice those specific little details. So yeah, it's very, very funny. So what I'm gonna do now is that I'm gonna stop talking. I'm going to turn on Buffy the Vampire Slayer because I am finishing season 4. I started season 4. I like that season. I'm also going to start an episode that creeps me the hell out, which is Hush. Oh my god, that episode is so good, but it's so freaking creepy. Like, honestly, I need to see it during the day. I can't see it during the night because I would creep myself out. Like, I'll have nightmares and I don't want to have nightmares. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to write a little bit more and then we'll see what I come up with. Hopefully, fingers crossed, 1,500 words. That's my goal for today, even though I'm supposed to get to 1,000 words. I don't know. I just filmed a video, one that I'm really, really excited about. It's roughly ideas for world building, and you know, again, this isn't something that I'm an expert at. You know, probably Brandon Sanderson has done it extremely better than I have, but these are just little tips and tricks that help me in creating my own little world. And I wanted to do this video for such a long time, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna film it, and I did, and I'm really, really excited for the way that it came out. I just want to edit it to see that I included everything that I want to include. And yeah, I was basically writing it out yesterday. Yeah, I have a beautiful mess here, but I understand my beautiful mess because I was, you know, writing things out that are really, really specific to the structure that I use, and then I was like, wait, let me just write it out perfectly so I can know what the hell is it that I'm talking about when I'm, you know, going to be doing the video instead of just rambling about different things. So yeah, I like the way it came out and I'm really, really excited for it. Also, today is, that's my phone, today is April the 18th. So hi, good morning. I hope you are doing well. It's still morning. It's 10:56. Yesterday I didn't get that much writing done. I think I got, if I'm not mistaken, around 587 words or 687 words. I didn't write that much because I wrote roughly like around 1 to an hour and a half at night because I was editing the vlog, which I already uploaded, and then I just started doing other things because like I didn't want to write, but I did tackle that one chapter. I think it was chapter 21 or chapter 22. No, I think it was chapter 22, Damien's chapter, because it was just underwritten, so I needed to flesh it out a lot more, and I did. I'm really excited with how it came out. I do have to work on it a little bit more, but I added a lot more world building in that chapter, which is roughly how is it that humans become human magicians. So that's the chapter where I include that world building. But I'm really, really excited to continue writing my story. Right now I'm going to take a break just because I was also working on things for school. Honestly, I'm tired of answering the same question for them, but I'm going to continue answering it because obviously, you know, we have to help our students throughout this situation that's happening and they don't know how to navigate through the platform. So I'm just helping them out. I'm entering like for an hour and a half to see, you know, the messages that they send to me so I can, you know, respond to it as quickly as possible instead of letting it drift there for days. So that's what I've been doing. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to take a break. I'm going to help my mother cooking because I want to cook something with her. And then I'm going to watch movies with my little brother because I already told him that that's what I wanted to do. And he said, yeah. And I was like, perfect. I have to seize the opportunity when he's loving, because on a normal basis he really isn't that much. He just, you know, as he says, he shuts himself in his little cave and he's there for days. Because I tallied up yesterday how many words I have to accomplish my goal, and I roughly have 1,600 words to accomplish my goal, because I was checking that yesterday, and my goal is 20k on NaNoWriMo, and it was like, you're gonna finish by, if you're continuing this form, you're gonna finish by April 19th. I'm like, wait, April 19th, wait, that's Sunday, what? So I did, you know, subtract what I have, because I have 1,800 words, 1,800 plus words, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get to my challenge, I'm gonna accomplish it. So I was like, oh wow. But I do want to continue writing more, because secretly I have a goal of 30k. I think I mentioned that in one of my videos. I don't know, I might have mentioned it in my dreams. We never know, we never know what might happen. So yeah, let me go help my mother because she started, and then I'll talk to you later with whatever is it that I'm going to do. So you know what, I noticed that this week I haven't given you any of my award-winning sentences, so I just found one, and before I even delete it, I wanted to share it with you. Now this is part of what I wrote yesterday, which was roughly around 653 words that I managed to write out of this chapter that I don't know where I want to locate it. But the sentence goes the following way: beauty, mystery, intrigue, world this realm holds close to heart. I was supposed to write word and I wrote world. Marvelous. And I've tweaked it in 2 different forms. That was obviously my first one that I drafted out. This one is when I tried to perfect it last night. It says, the human world held beauty and mystery and intrigue, closely guarded to heart, a realm able to steal your breath with the countless stunning formations. Now I perfected that sentence for the final time, and I think I'm going to leave it this way just because I think I like it. I'm not going to tweak it anymore, but it says, the human world held exquisite sceneries and enigmatic ancient structures, a realm able to steal your breath, with countless formations marveling the human eye. So one sentence that was badly written with grammatical errors, I perfected it in 2 different forms, and I'm gonna stay with the third and final one because I like it a lot better. So yeah, I'm just writing out this scene because I do want to perfect it, and then I'm gonna outline what's left of my chapters, just because, like I said, I've expanded on a lot of things, and I want to know how is it that I'm going to start. Where is it? I'm going to start chapter 24. Okay you guys, so I spent like around 2 to 2.5 hours drafting out the ending of Project Night Creatures, and I am exhausted, but I have it completely nailed down. Like, there are some chapters where I have a lot written down. Like, I detailed a lot of things because I don't want to do the same thing that I did in this draft that I did, because I only mentioned a few things, and then, you know, my story started expanding, and a lot of things do mimic what I wrote, but a lot of things are a little bit different. A lot of things I had to add and whatnot. And in this part where I wrote out the ending, I structured every single little detail, and I am so proud of the way that it came out. It's roughly around 1,700 words, and I have 11 new chapters. So if I add 11 chapters to the 23 that I have, that's roughly 34? Yeah, 34. I would like to get to 40 chapters. There's also one that I said that I have that I don't know where is it that I want to place it. So I'm gonna ponder that one. I still haven't pondered that one because the ending like took me a lot for me to structure it. The way that I had it, it was completely different from what I have now, because like I said, I've changed a few things and I only had a few minimal things written, but now like I expanded on how is it that I want to write everything out, and I'm so happy. Like right here, I would like a massage, because right here like really does hurt, but like I'm content. Now what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna take a break, because I need a break, and I'm gonna drink some coffee, watch some Buffy, and then later I'll write out whatever I want to write out. Or what if I start a new chapter? No, I have to finish chapter 23 because I need to expand it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work on chapter 23. I also have to go back to the Witch Queen's chapters, but I'm gonna do that next week, just because since I already know how many more chapters I want to add from her perspective, I have 2 more chapters to add from her perspective, but I really don't but I already know what I want to say, so it's going to be easier. The only thing I have to do is structure out the 2 that I already have. Even though one of them I have it perfectly written, the only thing I have to fix is a dialogue that was happening between the Witch Queen and some of, you know, her other witches. And chapter 20, I just have the glimpse or little hints that someone is doing something they're not supposed to do. I'm not gonna say anything else, but that's all I have. But yeah, I'm really happy. So what I'm gonna do, oh, my current word count is 38,173 words. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I need coffee in the system, so I'll talk to you later. Hey you guys, so today is April 20th and right now it is 12:59, and I want to close off this clip just because I would like to start a new writing vlog today. I don't know what I'm gonna write today, but maybe I might, maybe I not, just because yesterday was such a productive day of writing. Like, I nearly spent the entire day writing, but I did outline the entire second act. I researched a lot of things and I managed to write a total of 2,000 and some odd words, which comes to the conclusion that I actually got my NaNoWriMo goal. So yeah, I entered a clip before this, but I got to a total of, I even placed it on my stories because I was so proud. I got a total of 20,764 words. Wait, I'm also watching Despicable Me, and from some odd reason it just turns on when I'm doing something else. But yeah, I managed to get 20,764 words, and I expected like NaNoWriMo, the website, to like pop out balloons or fireworks like, hey, you reached your goal, and none of that. And I was just like, well, this is kind of depressing, because I don't know, I expected like a little bit of a party. Like, I was so content, and then when I wrote in the number and nothing happened, I was just like, well, okay, that's perfect, why not, you know? But yeah, remember that chapter that I said that I didn't know where was that I wanted to include it? Well, I included it as my prologue because I thought that it fit well perfectly there, and also that's also what raised my word count goal, because like the prologue alone is 1,500 words. And this is where I introduce as to why is it that my main character, or like give hints to the reason that my main character right now is alone and whatnot. And then in the first chapter I start off giving, you know, those very important and crucial details as to eventually why was it that they are now alone. So yeah, I'm pretty quite content as to how it came out. I do have to fix the ending of chapter of not the chapter of the prologue, but so far I'm really content with that. And yeah, okay, so for week 3 of Camp NaNoWrimo, my goal is 7,283 words. So I'd say that that is simply amazing, also considering that in week 3 I also accomplished my 20k goal. So yeah, I'm really content. It doesn't matter that I have less than week 2, but I don't care, because you know, I got my goal. I'm gonna continue writing, so I'm gonna see you in next week's writing vlog. But I want to say thank you for watching. I hope that you have a wonderful day and or night, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace. Where's my phone? There it is. I've been looking for my phone for like 5 seconds, and I'm like, where's my phone? I know I had it with me. There it is, because I was taking a picture.